In a city where dreams soar high and aspirations take flight, Los Angeles witnessed a surreal incident that left its mark on the collective consciousness of its inhabitants. It was a day when the heavens seemed to shed tears of confusion as a Delta Airlines flight turned routine into calamity, leaving unsuspecting schools and neighborhoods drenched in a deluge of fuel. The once promising adventure took an unforeseen twist, propelling the City of Angels into an unexpected chapter of its aviation history. As the sun peeked over the horizon that fateful morning, Delta Flight 89 was poised for an ordinary departure from the sprawling Los Angeles International Airport. Inside the aircraft, passengers were filled with the usual mix of excitement, anxiety, and the anticipation of reuniting with loved ones, or embarking on new adventures. The flight was en route to Shanghai, China, carrying both eager tourists and business travelers, ready to cross oceans and continents in pursuit of their dreams. But little did they know that the sky was about to play a heartbreaking symphony of chaos. High above the iconic landmarks and the sprawling metropolis, a mechanical hiccup reverberated through the plane's metal body. A moment that demanded split-second decisions led the flight crew to make a choice that would cascade into an event of unprecedented proportions. In their bid to return to the runway for an emergency landing, the only option was to lighten the aircraft's load. And so, like a mythical deity pouring nectar from the heavens, fuel began to rain down upon the city. The decision to dump fuel was not taken lightly, as it's a delicate procedure used to reduce the aircraft's weight quickly before an emergency landing. However, standard protocol dictates that fuel dumping should occur at higher altitudes, allowing the fuel to disperse and evaporate harmlessly before reaching the ground. Alas, fate seemed determined to cast its dice upon the innocent denizens below, as the fuel release occurred at an altitude too low for comfort. Cascading droplets of jet fuel descended upon Cudahy and South Los Angeles, areas densely populated with schools, playgrounds, and residential neighborhoods, transforming laughter into gasps of shock and camaraderie into confusion. At Park Avenue Elementary School in Cudahy, children were in the midst of their morning routines when the skies opened up. Their innocence was shattered as they gazed in wonderment at the strange rain that coated the playground and drenched their tiny bodies. Panic ensued among the teachers and staff as they quickly ushered the children indoors, attempting to shield them from the peculiar shower from above. Word of the incident spread like wildfire, reaching local news outlets and social media platforms within minutes. Concerned parents raced to schools to retrieve their children, praying that the fuel would not cause any lasting harm. Emergency responders were dispatched to the affected areas, assessing the situation and tending to those experiencing discomfort from exposure to the fuel. Chaos soon ensued, with reports of skin irritation and respiratory discomfort flooding the airwaves. Parents, educators, and local authorities tried to make sense of the seemingly inexplicable downpour. In the hours that followed, Delta Airlines issued a statement expressing their regret for the incident, promising full cooperation with the ongoing investigations. The Federal Aviation Administration and the National Transportation Safety Board launched investigations to ascertain whether established safety procedures had faltered, or if it was an unfortunate convergence of factors. Interviews with the flight crew, analysis of the aircraft data recorders, and examinations of the engine issue that prompted the fuel dump were meticulously conducted to piece together the events that unfolded that day. In the days that followed, the affected schools and neighborhoods were enveloped in a cloud of uncertainty. Community meetings were held, where Delta representatives faced the concerns and frustrations of residents head-on. Compensation for the affected families, promises of improved safety measures, and a review of fuel dumping procedures were among the key points discussed during the town hall gatherings. As the investigation unfolded, it was determined that the engine issue that led to the fuel dump was caused by a faulty valve, and the flight crew had followed standard procedures during the emergency. However, the FAA did cite the airline for not dumping fuel at the designated higher altitude, emphasizing the importance of adhering to established safety protocols to prevent similar incidents in the future. As the day wore on, emotions ran high, and the city grappled with the aftermath of this aviation anomaly. Families hugged their children a little tighter, teachers turned into counselors to soothe the fears of their young charges, and the community united to heal the wounds left by the accidental baptism in aviation fuel. The incident left an indelible mark on both the reputation of the airline and the resilience of Los Angeles. It was a stark reminder of how life's most surreal moments can unfold when least expected. As the sun dipped beneath the horizon that day, casting a golden hue over the cityscape, a sense of hope was rekindled, for within the heart of the chaos, humanity found solace in coming together to support one another. This is the story of the day when the skies wept, when an aviation odyssey turned into a heart-wrenching chapter, etched in the memories of all those who called Los Angeles home. A chapter that reminds us of the vulnerability of our existence, the resilience of the human spirit, and the power of unity in the face of adversity. Let it serve as a cautionary tale, urging all stakeholders in the aviation industry to prioritise safety above all else, ensuring that such tears from the sky shall never fall upon innocence again.